Hello everyone, my name is Thierry Backes, and while I record this, I am a managing editor at Süddeutsche Zeitung based in Munich, Germany. But when you see this, I will have moved on to join WDR, a public broadcaster in Cologne. For my capstone project at CUNY, I was inspired by a class with Jared Dicker from the Washington Post, in which we discussed the creator economy and its opportunities for journalists. I began reading stuff, learned about Casey Newton, Nephew Iglesias, and Helen Peterson or Glenn Greenwald leaving their well-paid job at these very renowned digital publishers to start a career as a paid Substack newsletter writer. And I was like, oh wow, this is going to be huge. I thought, what if this trend, as so many others, hits Germany sooner or later? I was basically expecting this when I started. I had the time to do some research at the end of 2020. I talked to more than 30 journalists focusing on journalists I believe have a chance to succeed as creators because they are A, highly specialized and skilled in reporting on niche topics, and or because B, they have quite a presence in social media. I also talked to media journalists, software providers, J-School professors, and to J-School students. And what I found is this. The tools Substack Review and a German provider called Steady, for example, they are great. But the very vast majority of journalists in Germany aim to pursue careers in legacy media companies and feel very, very comfortable as employees. None of the colleagues I interviewed for this project is ready to or willing to start as a creator. They value the good money and the security, and they do not want the daily struggle with self-employment. Journalists simply do not like to be entrepreneurs in Germany, or to quote Jeff Jarvis, in risk-averse Germany. They are not so much into the business of journalism, and most of them do not want to be. They haven't learned how to write a business plan or how to develop products. They do not like to promote their stuff on social media and feel really, really uncomfortable to ask people for money. So I believe these are not the best options to start as a creator, right? But I found two other things. One is that some journalists at least think about starting something in part-time because they do want to have a second source of income. Two is that tools like Substack offer a very cheap opportunity to experiment for young journalists. I talk about that in a popular podcast show called Was mit Medien, to which I was invited to after publishing my research.
Wenn ich jetzt ein Nachwuchsjournalist bin und ich komme in die Situation, ein Newsletter zu gründen und letzten Endes belegen zu können, hey, guck mal, ich habe hier mein eigenes Produkt entwickelt und die Menschen nutzen das gerne. Ich habe x 100 Abonnentinnen, einige davon bezahlen mich auch dafür. Dann ist es natürlich ein sehr gutes Argument, danach zu einem Verlag zu gehen und zu sagen, guck mal, ich verstehe schon, was nutzungszentriertes Arbeiten ist und stell doch lieber mal mich ein. Vielleicht stellt dann der Nachwuchs sogar fest, ja, also so eine Verlagskarriere ist gar nicht so attraktiv, ich kann mein eigenes Unternehmen gründen.
Afterwards, people came to me and asked, how do you do that? How do you develop your own newsletter? And how do you earn money with it? I decided I would write a guide for creators willing to start their own newsletter in a fictional city of 300,000 people in Germany. It has become a pretty long read, but I will keep it short here. I basically walk people through 10 steps from identifying a target audience to developing a first prototype, thinking about how to earn money, developing a growth strategy, and turning your audience into a community. And of course, I use some of the beautiful product development tools we got to know in class this year, like the value proposition canvas or the business model canvas. What I think is interesting here is that the concept I developed for my fictional scenario comes pretty close to what Axios Local has started in Denver on February 22nd. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should just use my own guide and start my own thing, because why not? And that's it, folks. Thank you for your attention, and bye-bye.